Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. How's everyone doing today? Happy Friday. Happy DCA day. Bitcoin getting a little pullback just in time for a dollar cost averaging. Sound off in the chat. Don't forget to smash the like button. And subscribe if you're new. But only if you like making money. Because that's 99% of what we do here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, I'm gonna shut it off now. And I was cleaning my glasses. Oh my goodness, guys. I'm ready for the stream. I'm ready for the stream. Hey, today I learned that there's a place that I despise more than Georgia, and I'll tell you all about it later. Probably not right at the beginning of the video. So it's gonna get intense because I got some passionate feelings about this place. What's going on, Philly? What's going on, Teach You? Teach You said, did you watch the Trump crypto video I shared? Not yet. I was hate eating, and by that I mean like I had a lot of energy from the town that I dislike more than Georgia, and I was hungry, so I made some food, and I was like, oh, I was eating the food, and I was like, ah. I was really mad while I was eating the food. And then I got ready for the stream, and now I'm live. Billy said, JJ, please take a look at Sushi Swap. You think it can surpass its previous all-time high? I will take a look at it. But first, let's talk about Bitcoin. Currently trading at 117.870 and 21 cents. I'm going to sneeze, so I apologize in advance because it's probably going to be loud. Maybe I won't sneeze now because I said something. I think I'm safe. I might be safe. Okay, Bitcoin looking good. Potential higher low, little bottoming pattern on the 4-hour time frame. Let's refresh our liquidation heat map and see where we're at. Yeah, Philly Sushi Swap all-time high is going to depend entirely on their inflation rate. 116.768. And below that, let me just go to this lower chunk. They're giving us our little weekend range, which is nice of them. 116.230. Okay. And then up above, this is quite a tight little range. We got one right here, interesting. 118, 113. That's very, very close. A little too close for comfort for me. 118, 562. And then above that, our actual weekend range that we've been permitted to trade in is 119.011. Okay, very nice of the market maker to give us a little bit of leeway to have some fun. Bitcoin currently down 1.1% on the day. Bitcoin dominance continuing to fall, potentially finding support at 61.5, 62-ish. It's right below 62. If it stays below 62, that'd be awesome. I don't know, we'll see. Tisha said, quite interesting, kind of sinister perhaps, but it's a business, I guess. Or it's business, I guess. Maybe that's not the nicest word, best word, safe. I don't know. I'll check out the video for sure. I got some stuff I got to do with my, I call it my cryptic command center because it's 3 season. I don't know. It's I think it's called, oh shoot, what was the term? There's a word for it. Oh no, I don't remember now. Literation or something like that. I don't know, where you make something with a bunch of words. I have no idea what it's called. I just heard it yesterday. Apparently, it wasn't prominent enough for me to remember. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said, "Hi all, greetings from Cancun. Been a fun week for the markets. Can't stay long. Came to smash the like. Appreciate you, Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn. Enjoy Cancun, my guy. Seriously, enjoy it for sure. I'm kind of jelly, just a little bit though. I'm going to a Christmas in July party tomorrow, so maybe it'll be equally as fun as Cancun." That's pretty cool though. Cheers. Cheers from Michigan to Cancun. Very cool. All right, guys. Bitcoin dominance trying to get a little bit of a reversal here, but hopefully C60 is where I assumed it was going to have some strength. So I'm concerned now that Bitcoin is going to make some kind of rebound, but maybe concerned is not the right word. I'm guessing that Bitcoin is going to make some sort of rebound. However, Ethereum was up 1.59% on the day, currently trading at 35.32, sitting above 35.21 and well above 35, which is great. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said, "Cheers, celebrating my 50th. That's awesome, man. Happy 50th anniversary, 50th birthday. Congratulations, regardless." Philly said, "I'm picking my butt at the airport." That's disgusting, Philly. He said, "I'm picking my buddy up at the airport tonight. He was in Cancun." Dang. What if it's Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn and you guys both have like secret crypto lives that you don't tell each other about? That'd be kind of funny. You're like both in Discord. Who are you talking to? Oh, nobody. I'm just there's this chick. You both just like fake affairs to hide the crypto life from your buddy. That's funny. I could see that being in like a TV show or something. A little sitcom episode. Birthday, very cool. Congratulations, happy 50th. So yeah, ETH is looking great. Sol is up 0.55% on the day. A little rejection at 184, but we're showing some strength. We got a little bit of sell pressure up here with these wicks. Wick. But we also got wick down here. A little bit of John Wick action on Sol. Let's see if that turns into a reversal and a continuation of the upside. RSI is chilling right around 60. Momentum wave resetting to 0. Total 3 down 0.49%. Looking for some support at 1 trillion on total 3. Volume is sustaining itself actually quite nicely. If we stay above 1 trillion, then it's game on. Looking for a continuation. Is 1.13 our current all-time high? I think it is. Let's go to the daily. It is 1.13 is the current all-time high. Actually, well, technically we did break through that. Let me label this now. Previous all-time high. And then the current is this one right here, 1.16. Hello? I don't know where that went. Okay, 121. So I have to type this that same way. 116. Got it. Okay. Wow. Dixie said, "Hi, JJ. What's going on, Dixie?" Hi, everyone. Guys, if you ever need anything crazy done, just briefly mention it in front of Dixie and he'll have it done within like 5 minutes. Current all-time high. So let's smash through this 1.16. Oops. What the heck was that? A secret fractal, you say? I didn't even see that there. Clearly it didn't play out. Yeah, what is that? That's awful. Actually, it's pretty good. Okay, anyways. Total 3. On the 4 hour. Sitting at 1.01 trillion. I want to see it get above 1.13 eventually. But we're probably going to spend some time here. I would not be surprised if we spent some time here. Maybe did one of these. We got 20 minutes until the daily close contest, so make sure you guys stick around for that. ADA is down 1.17% on the day, currently trading at 81.24, right below 82.03. But it does seem to be holding quite nicely above 75, which is great. It's exactly what we wanted. Volume has increased substantially. RSI is sitting right below 60, and momentum wave is resetting to 0 as well. ADA, ooh, looking a little 2023 on ADA. Hopefully that's not entirely true, because that would mean that the remainder of the next like 2 or 3 months is going to be down and to the side, which is boring and lame. 81.29 looks good. We got some wicks to the upside, wicks to the downside. It kind of seems like they're just going to put us right in between these and let us trade here. So we'll see. SNEK is down 1.68%, currently trading at 36.35. We were talking about this. Once it got below 20, we should have been accumulating. So if you weren't buying SNEK back here, I don't know if I can help you. Not financial advice, of course, but it seems to be relatively strong above 20. So the dip below was a clear accumulation opportunity. XRP is down 2.04%. XRP just exploding to the upside. I do believe that they did break through previous all-time highs. It's sitting at 3.41 right now. I don't know what this 3.84 is. Maybe that's a target that I just didn't label. But I think 3.4 was the previous all-time high. Now, the new all-time high seems to be 3.6607, which is crazy. Congratulations to all of the diehard XRP holders. Y'all earned it. Volume looks great. RSI sitting right below, actually right above 60, 65 it looks like. And momentum wave starting to reset to the downside, hopefully towards 0. And that way you can get some more buying pressure afterwards. We got a little bit of heartburn, guys. A little bit of heartburn today. HBAR. No longer curing cancer. Currently trading 25.907. Down 6.37% today. What goes up must come down. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. In for a penny, in for a pound. You get the point. Bearish div seems to be potentially playing out as we speak. Also got a confirmed red dot right here. In this green candle right there. So, I assume the price is going to decrease. Maybe not substantially. Look for some psychological support around 25. Otherwise, if it closed above this 26.3 level, that would be awesome. Billy said, JJ sushi, please. Yes, my bad. Let's go take a look at sushi. Sushi. Ooh, my goodness, that spike. Okay, so what you want to know, though, is if it can reach its previous all-time high. So before I do this, I need to figure out what that all-time high is. Let me go to the daily. Zoom way the heck out. So last bull market, sushi got all the way up to... I remember sushi was such a prominent player. 23.43 on March 13th. So go to CoinMarketCap Historical. Let's look for March 13th, 2021. March 14th. Okay, perfect. So March 14th. And we want to see, go to the 4-hour. Let's just make this auto. How do I do that? I don't remember. Auto. There we go. Yes. Okay, and then I can undo it. Yeah. Okay, sweet. All right. So sushi should be relatively high on here. Let me just do a search. Number 40. Actually, wow, that's actually not as crazy as I thought it was going to be. So at this time, sushi was $20.79. They had a circulating supply of 127 million. So this should be relatively easy. $2.6 billion market cap. Now their circulating supply is 275. So we're going to do 275.34 million. 275,340 divided by 127,244, 443. So they've increased their supply by 2.16. So this is the math here. You have to do 2.16 times 2,644,906,652.7. So they would need a $5.7 billion market cap in order to reach $20.79, which is not impossible, but That's pretty high. That's pretty high. The fact that this at their all-time high, they were only at number 40, that makes me a little standoffish about their capability to get to, what is that, 5.7 billion at this exact moment in the market. That would be number 25, 26. So I feel like they could have top, but Uniswap, Uniswap's already up here. So if you think that they can capture Uniswap's market share during the bull market, when everything's probably going to 10x, I'm not going to say it's impossible. It's just because they've more than doubled their supply, it's going to be a little bit harder for them to get to that price than it was previously. So just keep that in mind. That Pulse player said Cookie finally broke that 22 cent last night. Finally, then Bitcoin corrects today. Oh dang, let's go take a look. I'm glad it finally broke though. Yeah, it did. Yep. Dude, this kept happening with ADA. ADA had this crazy resistance like this, and it was trying, and then it would show strength, and then Bitcoin would ruin the show. And it did that like 7 or 8 times in the past like 2 years. It was driving me insane. Every time I'm like, all right, it's finally our time to shine. And then Bitcoin would go, and my bags would go, and I was like, screw you, Bitcoin. I was so mad, dude. Oh my gosh. Ridiculous. Philly said, is Sushi Swap relevant anymore? That's a good question. They are number 185, so maybe not. They have the capability to be relevant. They just need the marketing, essentially. They don't have any marketing. The fact that Uniswap is way the heck up there within the top 50 and Sushi Swap it's not even in the top 150. It's in the top 200, so they've kind of fallen off, it seems. But that kind of also leaves more room for growth, in my opinion. So, which bet are you willing to gamble on? All right, where were we? HBAR SWE. SWE is down 5.91% on the day, currently trading at 377.09. Holding very nicely above 370. I like this. So we got sell pressure right here, obviously. Buy pressure right here. If it closes like that, great. Volume is starting to show a little bit of an increase compared to the previous volume. So that's good. RSI is almost reset, actually. It's sitting right above 40, and your momentum wave is starting to edge towards oversold, which is great. SWE might be the first mover to start to run again. So keep an eye on that for sure. I like SWE. I really do. I think it's a great project. Ondo's up 2.99% on the day, still following that gorgeous trajectory I drew out for it. RSI is sitting probably 57, 56, 57. And momentum wave is starting to reset towards 0. You got a rejection at 109, and it's holding above $1. It is sitting below $1 and 6.7 of a cent. I don't know if it does pull back some more. 95.35 should be some pretty strong support, considering it was hefty resistance that we finally got over. And a retest of that should be in the cards. Something to keep an eye on, though. Ondo looks good. Ondo and SWE look really good, actually. I might buy some. Mr. Robert said, hello, JJ. Happy Friday, good people. Happy Friday, everybody. Tishu said it's not Bitcoin's fault. It's the market makers. It is Bitcoin's fault, Tishu. I'm going to blame Bitcoin and Satoshi. Don't tell me who I can or cannot blame. I need somebody to take out my anger on. What is that called? A martyr? No. I don't remember. There needs to be a target because I'm a victim. I think that's a narcissistic trait. People that are always like, oh my, the more this, everybody's after me. I will say cryptocurrency definitely breeds narcissism for sure, because everyone's like, oh, every time I try to trade, they liquidate me. They're watching me. Nobody's watching you, dude. They're liquidating everybody. You just happen to be in that like vast majority of people who can't hold a trade, and I'm guilty of it as well. That's the only reason why I'm so familiar with it, is because I do the same thing. Like, I'm not saying, oh, everybody blah, blah, blah. I'm one of those people as well. It sucks. It sucks so bad. Arrow's down 2.07%, currently trading at 90. A little rejection. So we got above 96.2 for a second, rejected at $1, got back below. We seem to find support around 88, 89. Maybe we just faked out below 90 and used that to try to break 96.2 again, rejected, and now we're pulling back even further. 86 should be strong support. I'm totally okay with it not going all the way down there, though. We got some kind of potential wedge thing here, too. Keep an eye on it. Confirmed red dot right here. That seems to be playing out as we speak. Oops. And yeah, it's just trading in this range between 96.2 and 86, so it looks good. That Pulse player said we are just visitors on this planet. LOL, a vessel. For real. You get into the existentialism of it real quick. The longer you ponder. That's why I got my tinfoil hat, so that I can cook my brain. By the way, I don't know if you guys are aware, if you've ever made a tinfoil hat, it is literally like if you're ever homeless and you need to be warm, just go buy some tinfoil, man. This stuff, it's literally like an oven. It insulates so hard. My head is already hot. I can already feel the physical temperature change from putting it on for 2 seconds. It's crazy how quick it works. Like, it just instantly holds the heat in. Freaks me out. I put it on for a video one time and I wore it for like the whole video, which was only like 22, 23 minutes, but I was like doing the video, and then I'm like sitting here, I was like, oh my gosh, my brain is cooking. Crazy. Something you don't really think about. Pinlink is actually up 4.44% on the day, looking great. A lot of wicks to the downside, indicating some pretty hefty buy pressure. Volume looks awesome as well. RSI is not really doing anything bad. We do have bearish divergence, but it's not super prominent. Not that makes a difference, but the wicks and the indecisiveness right here is a little bit promising. We got a rejection at 87.69. And we seem to be holding that midpoint liquidity pullback. So maybe that's it. Maybe we're going to blast above $1 next. That'd be sick. Keep an eye on it for sure. I like that it's one of the few green charts in the watch list. Render's down 3.15% on the day, currently trading at $4.03, which is above our $4 support level, which is above our $3.94, $3.95 lower trend line of our ginormous range. Render's range, I think, is just ridiculously huge. I don't know why this is so big. I made it this big. I'm gonna stick with it, but wow. Between $6.58 and $4. There's literally like a 55% increase. Crazy. Mr. Roberts said, each time I re-enter a new position on a stock, I half expect that my first couple of weeks is going to be a shitter. After a couple months, the vast majority of them are up. Yeah, that's what, dude, buying and holding is just so much. I swear, if I would have gotten into stocks, especially seeing where the stock market's at right now, I definitely should have been paying a little more attention, because every single stock that I picked like 4 or 5 years ago is up like 500 or 600%. If I would have been dollar cost averaging into crypto and stocks, I'd be really, really well off right now. I just started building my stock portfolio. I bought some Mattel, and I bought some Viking Therapeutics. Mattel, the board game company, and they also make toys and stuff. But Viking Therapeutics has a weight loss drug that is currently in clinical trials right now. So it's kind of a gamble, but it's doing good actually. Viking Therapeutics is holding up. Mattel's down a little bit since I bought. This was only a couple days ago though. Okay, let's see. Stellar. Did I talk about render? Yeah, render rejected 432. It's holding above 4, which is great. If it breaks below, I don't want it to. I want it to hold above 395 minimum. But if it does break below, then I suppose maybe look for some support around 380 for that midpoint liquidity pullback. Otherwise, we're stuck going to 374, which is something that I don't think would be awful, but it kind of stink. RSI is hovering right above 50, and your momentum wave is starting to shift to the downside, actually. But this candle looks good right now. Stellar down 8.12% on the day, getting a little bit of a bongo cat action going on, a little double top right at the top of our range. So I would not be surprised to see us come all the way down to 38. Not financial advice. I might actually take that short and see how bad I get screwed. But if you 5 or 6x that, let's say 5 times 15, that's 75%. That's huge. You would have to hit the Pico bottom. I would front run that for sure. Maybe even 10%. Take your 50% win and get out. Not financial advice though. It's just a idea that I'm throwing out there. Oddly enough, there was no bearish divergence here. It was invalidated with these candle body closes. So I don't know. It might do. This might literally just be a midpoint liquidity pullback, and then a continuation. Wouldn't that be kind of crazy? That's also kind of an Adam Eve right there as well. We'll see though. We'll see. Polkadot is down 1.15% on the day, currently trading at 421.1, right below 421.2. If it holds above that, great. If not, look for $4 support. I could see it going down to 4. Yeah, I could see it. We'll see how it plays out. Right now it looks really good though. Polkadot's got some nice structure, volumes coming in. RSI is sitting right above 50, and momentum wave almost reached at 0. T-Shoe said if XLM goes up from there, or from a little lower, you'd have a cup and handle. Yeah, yep. More money said bruv, coin on deck screener possible 5 million plus. My good people don't miss out. Bruv coin on deck screener. Oh, you literally said on deck screener, and I'm looking it up on TradingView like an idiot. Let's go take a look. Bruv on Sol. Whoa, my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, obviously exercise caution. This coin was just birthed, but wow. $572,000 market cap. Obviously, I'm not gonna condone purchasing this, but we will take a look at it. Oh, what's KOLs? That's actually kind of cool. What the heck is that? What? Huh. That's a thing? Top traders, whatever, holders. Okay, liquidity contract. That's exactly what you want to see. Literally exactly what you want to see. Bubble maps. I don't really care for bubble maps. Don't really feel like waiting. Yeah, exercise caution if you guys get into this at all. It's already $500,000 market cap, and it was literally just launched. Like within... It's less than 3 hours old. But... oh, it doesn't look too bad. Okay. Fartcoin down 3.88%. It is touching our lower trend line. So I would love for it to hold, but if we've already seen it break twice, you know, what's the third time? Let me see. Is this even... yeah, there's a lot of confluence. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4 versus 1, 2. Kind of makes more sense for it to still be an ascending channel, but why is it consistently just breaking? If it does break, look for $1.28 to hold. Yeah, that's what I would look for. It looks like it kind of wants to hold it though. RSI is sitting right at 50. Momentum wave right in the middle. Oh my gosh, daily close contest, less than 1 minute. What's going on right now? We're on Fartcoin, don't let me forget. Ladies and gentlemen, get your guesses ready for the daily close contest. Bitcoin currently trading at 117,952 and 70 cents. Ooh, big volume on the 1 minute time frame. Jay Shear said, when family. What's good, Jay Shear? Alright, let's transition. Very cool. Ladies and gentlemen. 16 seconds remaining for you guys to get your guesses in. Current change in standing. The 4 wins has dropped off in lieu of Janix winning a 6th victory yesterday. And here we go. Get your guesses in for the daily close contest. Ladies and gentlemen, cheers. Happy Friday. Happy DCA day. Happy Friday. I'm so glad it's Friday. Wow. Like, I've been looking forward to the weekend every week, obviously. That Pulse player said, rip Gary Guzzler. LOL, today's historic. Yes. Rest in peace, Gary Gizzard. What a fucking chode. Good riddance. Oh, all right. We got Mr. Roberts coming in with a guess of 118,001 and 1 penny. If anyone's unfamiliar with the games, let me know in the chat. I'll go over the rules. Your basic thing that you want to get out of the way right away, you're just trying to guess what you think the price of Bitcoin is going to close at in 10 minutes. You have a 5-minute window, so at 7:55 p.m. EST, you're cut off. But it's on the Binance USDT chart for Bitcoin. That's the gist of it. There's a chance for you to win up to $100 every single day. That Pulse player said someone might want to check on him. Nah, he's probably happily retired. I was kind of hoping he would go to jail. I'm not a big fan of wasting my tax money. Mr. Roberts said, congrats, Janix, on the recent wins. 2 in a row. If he wins today, that will be 3, which is a hat trick. We got 3 minutes, 30 seconds remaining on the clock for you guys to get your guesses in for the daily close contest. So far, we got Mr. Roberts. We also have 13 people watching, guys. Don't forget to smash the like button. Smash the like button. I wonder if I can have a thing pop up, like on a timer that says smash the like button. Mr. Roberts said, I think I am so wrong on the guess, LOL. She going up hard. I guess I'd rather be wrong and low than wrong and high, because high you just get wiped off the planet, but wrong and low you have a chance to win, especially if nobody else participates. That Pulse player coming on the guess. I gotta do it correct with the lowercase. Okay. Coming in with a guess of 17922. You're missing that Pulse player. There you go. There. Thank you. Okay. 117,920. Got you. Okay. Ryan Ingram. 82 0.82. Okay. Mr. Roberts said, give me a $50 gap, y'all. Dixie said, JJ, you think NFTs coming back this cycle? I hope so. I really do. I enjoy NFTs. I made money on them too. I feel like they got to be done right, though. The market was oversaturated. I feel like the barrier to entry was really, really low last cycle, and it just kind of got flooded. Kind of like all the weed stores in Michigan. I love NFTs. One of my favorite things that I did in crypto was the scavenger hunt. Janix coming in with his historic guess. No, I did not get you, Jay Shear. You might have to go in the Discord. 118, 110, 02. Janix going for that hat trick. Yeah, Dixie, one of my favorite things that I ever did in crypto was a scavenger hunt. I won $750 last bull market doing a scavenger hunt. The project is all but dead now. It was just a couple of college kids. Literally only bought it for the art. Never expected anything from them. Bought it because the art was cool. And I paid quite a substantial amount of money. And they did this awesome treasure hunt. There was calculus and stuff. There was like code that you had to figure out. There was ciphers. There was audio stuff that you had to like put through a thing to figure out what it said. It was crazy. Craziest, like most hands-on scavenger hunt that I ever did in my entire life. But it was so much fun. Guys, we got 37 seconds remaining on the clock for you guys to get your guesses in for the daily close contest. Jay Shear coming in the Discord. 118-06969. Oops. Oops. 06969. 17 seconds remaining on the clock for you guys to get your guesses in. Get your guesses in before the deadline. Mr. Roberts said, okay, Shed, be right back. Mr. Roberts, you gotta get like a vape pen or something. Or edibles, maybe? You probably enjoy the craft. And time's up. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for participating in the daily close contest. Let's get these bad boys sorted and put on the board. Ryan Ingram, thank you for participating. Welcome to the channel. Bitcoin, currently trading at 117,909 and 70 cents. Numero uno, 118, 110, 02. From Janix. Big boy guess. And then next we got J Shear 2.0, 118, 06969. And then we got Mr. Robbers, 118.001.01. Interesting, that's pretty close. Not Mr. T. Okay. And then we got that pulse player with 117.920. That's very close. That's a good guess. And last but not least, we got Ryan Ingram. I'm just going to put 117.4. This represents Ryan Ingram's 0.82, I guess. So, yeah, you get the idea. Just so that it's on the board. All right, we got Janix, JShear 2.0, Mr. Robbers, that Pulse Player, and Ryan Ingram. Thank you guys for participating. Good luck to everybody. Dixie said 118, 100. You are too late, my friend. The rules are rules. That Pulse Player said edibles are my favorite. I actually microdose edibles like a weenie. I used to smoke a lot in high school, and then I quit for a couple months, and I smoked again, and it freaked me out. I was like, I don't like this anymore. So I quit completely, and then they legalized it, and I was like, sure. Dude, going to the store for the first time was the weirdest sensation. It was because you feel like you're not supposed to be there still. You're like, is this allowed? Is this okay? How is this okay? It's just a store filled with weed, like, to the brim. But it's pretty cool. That first time entering, though, you're like, whoa. You totally feel like you're not supposed to be there. But I get these edibles, and I cut little teeny tiny little pieces, and it's less than 1 milligram because I don't smoke or anything, and I freak out if I take too much. I took too much a handful of times, and I freak out, dude. I was trying to call somebody one time, and I typed their number into my calculator. I'm not even joking. And then I was looking at my phone. I was like, why isn't the thing here? And I was looking at it for like 5 minutes, and then I was like, oh, I'm on the calculator. I literally cannot handle my high at all, which is incredibly irresponsible and not very adult of me, but that's why I don't partake. That Pulse Player said, I don't know why I feel like in banks. I don't know what that means. Let's see. What do we got? How much time left? We got 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining on the clock. Drummer said, OMG, OMG, Drummer. What are you OMGing for? All right. 1 minute and 17 seconds remaining. Bitcoin completely flatlining right below that Pulse Player. Imagine him being the first to win the full $100 prize. Wouldn't that be crazy? His guess, 117.920 even. Oh, and Bitcoin spikes up to 117.924 and 85 cents. We got 1 minute remaining on the clock. It is now that Pulse Player's game. So here's the rules, the way that you win. It is Price is Right rules, so it is closest without going over. If you do go over, your guess is completely null and void. Closest without going over wins bragging rights. If you nail the first 6 digits, you win $15. If you nail all 8, which includes the change, you win $100. So, good luck. We've had one individual get 7 out of 8 digits, and we increased the prize from the typical $15. And that was JShear 2.0, and that was very recent. You guys have been pretty lucky. We got 17 seconds left on the clock, 117.924 and 84 cents. I think I got to zoom in for this one. It's getting a little bit spicy here. 10 seconds remaining, 117.924, 85. Volume is almost completely non-existent. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. The daily close price for Bitcoin, 117.924.84. Congratulations, that Pulse Player, on your victory, ladies and gentlemen. Spam the bananas in the chat for that Pulse Player. Winner of bragging rights for the evening. Very cool. With a guess of 117.920 and actual Bitcoin daily close of 117,924.84. $4.84 off from the $100 prize, but still a winner of the bragging rights. And a lovely image of food, which is coming up. Congratulations, that Pulse Play, on your victory. Let's transition to our regularly scheduled programming. Very cool. Spam some bananas. Let's go. Drummer said I missed it. Already said time's up in chat. Oh, dang. That Pulse Player said I feel the same. You do in weed stores, but in banks for some reason. Oh, yeah, I kind of get that too. I go in there with a hat, and there's a big sign on the wall that says, like, no hats or sunglasses, and I'm like, I'm wearing my hat. I'm not taking my hat off. And then I get nervous when I'm waiting, because I'm, like, looking around. I'm like, do they think that I'm casing the place? Like, I don't want to look too sketchy. You know what I mean? All right, congratulations, that Pulse Player, on your victory. Let me add you to the winner's Google Doc. Breaking up Janix's 3-win streak. Congratulations. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I am really bad at typing today. Can I get a drum roll, please? Did I spam bananas already? I did, yes. Okay. Can I get a drum roll, please? The winner of today's daily close contest with a guess of 117,920 and an actual Bitcoin daily close of 117,924.84 on July 18th, 2025. That Pulse Player's prize is homemade garlic bread. Congratulations, that Pulse Player, on your victory. You can share this with everybody in the chat. You can share it with your friends and family. You can share it with your long-lost lover. You can share it with your wife or husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, mistress, your mom and dad, your dog, or a duck. You can share it with whoever you want. Whatever you do, you are legally obligated to remove it from the premises. Congratulations once again on your victory. Okay. With you live streaming, we are all the real winners. Aw. Ryan Ingram said, so nice. Great work, everyone. I agree. That garlic bread looks freaking delicious as well. Bitcoin currently trading 117,911 and 42 cents. I'm currently in a trade that's printing quite significantly. Very exciting. I'm debating on whether or not I want to close it, though. So I want to reference something before I get back into the charts. We got this thing that we've been looking at every single day. This is literally from a random tweet. This guy asked ChatGPT what the remainder of July was going to be like for cryptocurrency, for Bitcoin specifically, based on astrology, strictly based on astrology. And it has been spot on every single day. So we've been following it very closely. We are currently on July 18th, which is blue right here, which is volatile, unpredictable. And that's very much been today. Saturday and Sunday are supposed to be bearish, downtrend. Not financial advice. We'll see if that turns out to be true. So far, it's been pretty bullish, but we started looking at this on like the 14th, and it's been pretty bullish since the 14th. So you could argue that volatile to the upside is also bullish. Tomorrow is going to be the first day where it's not volatile or bullish since we started referencing this. So we'll see if Saturday, Sunday end up being red. Monday, Tuesday are also supposed to be neutral, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday next week are supposed to be incredibly bullish. Once again, we're going to keep referencing this every single day, even when it turns out to be incredibly incorrect. We're still going to reference it because it's a lot of fun, and so far it's been pretty dang accurate. Billionaires follow astrology. Apparently they do. Congratulations, that Pulse Player, once again on your victory. Let's get back to Fartcoin. Fartcoin closing above our lower trend line. Beautiful. That's exactly what we wanted to see. Hopefully it starts to trend back up and can break through 139 without too much resistance. CAS up 0.2% since the daily close. We got a nice wick right here. It could potentially go down a little bit further to actually close right above that 9-cent line that we're looking at, but The wick is indicative of some buying pressure, and the RSI is chilling out a little bit. Momentum wave also kind of towards the 0 area, so let's see if we get a bounce here. Avalanche up 0.13%, similar to gas. Nice wick. Hopefully we get a reversal. We'll see what happens. Volume kind of falling off a cliff. We are entering the weekend, so keep that in mind. If we break below 23.20, maybe look for a reaction around 22.6. See if we get that midpoint bounce. Chainlink. If you guys see me looking over a lot, I have a trade open. I usually babysit my trades. I have no stop loss right now, so freaking out a little bit. Drummer said, what's the link to that? I actually don't have the link. Drummer, if you're in the Discord, I'll post it in the Discord. That way you can save it. If you're not in the Discord, the link is in the description. It's completely free. And occasionally I talk to myself in there. Alright. What else did you guys say? Tom Sucks Code said, yo, had to pick up the dog from surgery, so I'm late. All good, all good. How's the dog? That Pulse Player said, where can we find that July chart? It is officially in the Discord now. I can also post it on my X account if you guys want. Okay, I'm going to post it on X as well in case you guys don't have a Discord and don't want to create one. It's on X. There you go. Which is also linked in the description. Drummer said, pretty sure I'm in it from when you sent me ADA. Okay, cool. Cool. Alright, Chainlink. Chainlink getting a nice reaction off of 17.5. Nice wick, some buying pressure, and it's starting to reverse. It looks like volume again falling off a cliff. RSI did cross bearish over its moving average, but we're sitting in the safe zone below 70, and momentum wave is starting to reset to 0 as well. I'm going to close my trade. I'm doing it. Trade's closed. Happy with that. Alright, so Chainlink looks really good. Doge up 0.66% since the daily close. It is sitting below 24, but I believe Doge was one of the greener coins at the close yesterday, and I think it's because of this 8 or 9% candle. There was some selling pressure though. A lot of sells above 24. Having some trouble getting above it. We got a rejection right here, a little midpoint liquidity pullback in between 24 and 21, and we're starting to increase to try that 24 once again. So we'll see if we can break above that. NEAR is up 0.11% on the day since the daily close. Nice wick indicating some buying pressure. RSI is also cross bearish over its moving average. A lot of struggling on the RSI to get above that 70 level. Poked its head above it briefly and then got right back below the moving average. And it's sitting around 56 right now. So it's pretty settled actually. And the momentum wave is also resetting towards 0. So we'll see if that results in some further upside for NEAR. And Chili's up 0.14% since the daily close, currently trading at 4251, right below 4280. I don't like that we closed down there, but I do like this wick. I like the wick because that indicates that people scooped it up. I don't like these wicks because that indicates that people sold. It seems to be struggling right around, I guess, 4420, which is poetic. Volume is increasing though. We got a steady increase in volume. Spike here. Besides those anomalies, you got very lackluster, almost non-existent volume, and then it increases substantially. And it's not whole. There's still some lackluster within that, but it's starting to take shape, starting to take a little bit of form, which is great. Silver 38.14. I can't believe silver's holding its $38 level. That's crazy. RSI is about to cross bearish over the moving average. We'll see if that results in any downside at all whatsoever. I might go pick up some more silver at the pawn shops, man. I don't know. There's something, I think as I get older, as I age, the boomer in me is starting to come out, and he's like, buy precious metals, collect coins, commemorative coin sets. My brain's going back to all the infomercials. I'm like, wow. Now that's what I call music. 75? That's what I call music. I'm just going to start watching infomercials on YouTube and trying to call the numbers. None of them work anymore. The number you have dialed is no longer in service. Mr. Roberts said, JJ, can you chime in on SBET, please? I watched it close the gap and have an entry at 29.75. I can't decide if that chart narrative with ETH is going to be a win or not. Yes, let me finish this really quick. MicroStrategy. Ooh, getting a little downturn. 426.37. That's my birthday, 426. Tom Selk said gold is greater than silver. You know what's hilarious? Diamond has decreased substantially, and I genuinely believe gold would have been a better bet in the long run, which is kind of crazy. I would love to have an ounce of gold one day. It's not practical right now. Maybe if I like sold all my Pokemon cards. I do want to go through and do a stream where we scan all of our Pokemon cards. I think that'd be fun. Mr. Roberts said they have the most ETH apparently of new buyers. Interesting. DXY, MicroStrategy getting a little pullback, no big deal. It's sticking with the trajectory right now, which is great. That's exactly what we want to see. This orange line right here is being followed very closely. That is literally like word for word, 1000% the exact same line that it followed previously. I literally just drew this fractal over that, and that's exactly what's happening. We decoupled a little bit right here for a little bit of bearishness. This was when everyone was like, oh my gosh, MicroStrategy is a scam. It's going to zero. Michael Saylor is going to sell his Bitcoin. And that didn't happen at all. The price exploded, and all those people look like butthurt little idiots. I almost said a bad word. I'm still looking for a $500 target on MicroStrategy, so we'll see where it goes. DXY, still grinding up. NASDAQ closed decent. Little pullback, 23,061. And S&P, looking good, man. It's following the fractal. We're probably going to hit 64.40 within the next month or two, I'm thinking. Not financial advice, of course. Let's see. Tom Salzco said diamonds are dropping because everyone buying lab grown for like 1/8 the cost. Crypto Military Vet, thank you for your service. Said I sell my Pokemon bulk at card shop in the mall. I think I'm going to get some cards graded. I sold a couple of bulk chunks, just cherry-picked on eBay. And I made decent money, but the cards that I have left, I'm a little hesitant to get rid of. Because of multiple reasons. There's the nostalgic factor. They're worth a little more money than the ones that I've sold already. There's quite a few factors. Tishu said my sub, every time you smash your desk... Oh, do I smash my desk a lot? I need to get a thing. I need to get a, oh shoot, I don't even remember what it's called. What's it called? Shock mount. I need to get a shock mount. I think I'm going to get a better mic this weekend. I missed the bank, man. I'm so mad I missed the bank. There was so much traffic. Should I get into my rant about the town? Let's look at SBET. What I want to know is, what does SharpLink do? Whoa. Okay. Mr. Barber said, can you chime in on SBET, please? I watched it close the gap and have an entry now at 29.75. I can't decide if that chart narrative with ETH is going to be a win or not. I'm still of the belief that, whoa, what the heck is that? Why did that happen? June, July? That's crazy chart. That Pulse player said I saw if the new daily candle just started a few minutes ago with the July. That's actually an interesting question that I've been considering as well. I'm not sure. So what I see here is that volume is increasing substantially. Price is falling, obviously, because people are taking profits. The question I would ask here is, because this was not that long ago, is it going to do this again? Because you really have no clue. But wow, a 4x within 1 month? And then even this within 1 month? What even was that? That was probably like a 10x. Yeah, are you kidding me? That's crazy. I feel like the ETH narrative is going to be huge. What is the market cap of SharpLink Gaming, and is it going to go down further right now? Because it's going to take time to pay off. Look at what happened with MicroStrategy. It's probably going to do exactly what MicroStrategy did. I guess the difference here is MicroStrategy. I don't know, man. When did they start buying Bitcoin? Because I don't even remember. 2024 it started becoming relevant. And then they just have this repeating pattern over and over again. And it's a huge pattern, but it's definitely repeating. The SBET chart looks a little bit different. So it's kind of hard to gauge. Whoa, did they split the crap out of this? What in the world? Holy cow. Look at the volume though. Even back here, all this craziness, there's no volume. It's gone. There's nothing down here. And then over here with this little boop, it's like, bam, monster amount of volume. Let's zoom way the heck back in. Yeah, I'm not sure. 2910. I guess I would be prepared for that substantial downside that you got back here, which from that bottom, I guess, yeah, no, that's still 200% up, so it didn't bottom. It almost traded like a meme coin back there, man. Tishu said my speakers Logitech Z625. I like them. Recommend. I think I'm gonna get studio monitors because I'm a bit of an, I hate the word. I feel like they need a better word for it, but I do consider myself an audiophile. So I'm gonna be that guy. Your RSI is at 50. Momentum wave probably about to be 0. It's a ridiculous chart, but I still put in a few K. Yeah, I mean, I like it for a bet. I really do. I feel like it's got potential, and it's not like too crazy of an outlook. It's got that nice slow grind up, a little retrace, no big deal. Let's actually pull a fib really quick. If it goes, so maybe it could go down to 22 if it does a 618 pullback. I don't know. See, my normal go-to is to put the points of interest on the chart, but you really only have a handful, and that's based on very recent price action. So there's not much you can do. You are technically right here. You're sitting at these support levels. So you might get a reaction off of that, which is good. What you don't want to do, and this is going to be scary if it does bounce here, then you got the potential to be setting up that again. That was weird. I've never had that happen before. Hello? What is going on? Weird. So you got your little shoulder and then giant spike, and then it kind of died off. You don't want to do that again. So if it does bounce from here, just make sure that it doesn't reject and go all the way back down here. Set up like the shrugging gnome pattern. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the idea of it has potential. The chart, kind of hard to read. And it definitely seems like this thing was a MicroStrategy. It was very like worthless, kind of crappy, poopy price action. Nobody really knew about them. And then they did the ETH thing, and now they're waking up, and people are realizing, oh, there's potential to make money here. So, yeah, I would just look at that for sure. Okay. Bitcoin 117,917.79. That pulse player. So yeah, that you said if the daily candle just started a few minutes ago, would that July star chart mean today's the 18th or still the 17th? That I am genuinely not sure. Because the next question is, what time zone was the person in when they asked ChatGPT? Because I imagine maybe it was going off of that versus whatever random time zone TradingView decides to use. Mr. Robert said it's hard to read for sure. No sense there. Just a gamble on my part. But it seems like a sensible gamble, though. It's not like you're buying scratch-offs. You know, this is more like you just bought a boat that would be worth a lot of money if it was fixed up, but you don't know if you can fix it up. You know what I mean? Maybe that's a weird analogy. Boats are notoriously bad investments. Maybe it was a house. You bought a house. Okay. We got some news articles to go through. Yeah, are we on 19 right now? Maybe, maybe not. Okay, there's some dots on here. 20, 23, 24. I really can't read. There's some kind of CPI release. I think that was on the 15th right here. And then there was ECB reading and ECB decision. Is that what that says? Whoa. What if I can read garbage? Because this is what the world looks like when I don't have my glasses on. Dang. I'm good at reading gibberish. I should have been a pharmacist. Okay. Alts are a little bit green right now, which is very interesting, especially considering this astrology chart. We'll see if it stays that way. News articles. First item, we got Ethereum making history. We are currently witnessing one of the largest short squeezes in crypto. Ethereum has added $150 billion in market cap since July 1st, days after net short exposure hit record highs. What is happening? Basically, we've talked about the record high short volume recently, actually, and that's a lot of money to be grabbed up. I don't know what idiots are shorting ETH like that. It's got to be people who just don't believe in Ethereum specifically, but I don't know. You gotta be some kind of like brainwashed to think that that would work out. Next, we got MasterCard. MasterCard News, I guess, said, with the Genius Act now passed, we're entering a new era of clarity and confidence in digital assets, one we've been preparing for over the years. We've worked across crypto and traditional finance ecosystems to explore how stablecoins can complement and enhance existing payment systems. They're pandering a little bit, I feel, but who cares? Let them. I feel like everyone's about to come to our front door and be like, "Oh my gosh, I baked you a casserole. I would love to have you guys over. Is there anything you need at all? Anything at all? We love you. We don't think that you're the ghetto, trashy neighbor that's scamming people. We love you so much. Can we give you some money to buy some cryptocurrency for us?" That's what everyone is about to do that. We went from being like the shady crackhead in the corner to being friggin' Aragorn from Lord of the Rings. Remember when they introduce him and he's like hiding and he's got his hood up and he's smoking his pipe, and Frodo looks over at him and he's like, "Who's that shady character?" And you, as the viewer for the first time, were like, "Who the heck is that guy?" And he's just sitting there smoking. And then later he saves everyone and he turns out to be like the greatest character on earth. That's us right now. And with crypto being like God's grace on planet Earth, everyone's about to kiss our ass. 10 trillion Charles Schwab to launch Bitcoin and Ethereum trading services. Hell yeah, let's freaking go. Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong claims President Trump signing the Genius Act into law will be the official start of the financial revolution in the United States. This is Lex Luthor. President Trump officially signs Crypto Genius Act into law. Heck yes. Coinbase stock coin reaches new all-time high for the first time since 2021. What's crazy and weird and kind of blowing my mind is I was not aware that this went live in 2021. It does not feel like it has been that long, because I remember when this went live, it was a huge deal. $419.22 though. That's pretty awesome. Congratulations to Coin and coin holders. Let's do a quick checkup on Circle. 221.57. A little pullback, no big deal. I like it. And Bitcoin turned a little bit green here. 117.960 even. Looking good. Are we gonna get some upside? What if the astrology chart is wrong, but in the right way? Like, what if it's so wrong that the price just goes up like crazy for forever? Wouldn't that be interesting? We'll just have to wait and see. Did I move something? Okay. All right, next, SEC Chair Paul Atkins says passing the Genius Act is an important step forward for crypto. No crap. President Trump's Director of Digital Assets says passing the Crypto Genius Act means the U.S. is securing dollar dominance and unlocking innovation. MasterCard says crypto stablecoins are enabling faster, lower cost cross-border payments. Yeah, they wanna take a chunk of that cost for themselves though. Ooh, this guy looks interesting. Robinhood CEO Vlad Tenev says crypto and AI will shape the future of every industry. Unfortunately, you can't pause transactions on cryptocurrency, Vlad. Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong says signing the Genius Act into law. Yep, I read that already. My bad. President Trump says crypto is only going further under his administration. You're gonna do really well. Let's go. President Trump says crypto made our dollar look really good and strong and powerful. It's good for the dollar and it's good for the country. I like it. President Trump says crypto has gone up more than any stock. I like that one as well. Jack Dorsey's block to join the S&P 500. I just thought that this combination is really funny. Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong says the Genius Act's is the first federal crypto bill signed into law, with more on the way. Hell yeah. Treasury Secretary Bessent says the Genius Act is historic and will pave the way for the U.S. to lead the global digital currency revolution. Marty Party posted, in my opinion, once Trump signs the Genius Act at 2:30 EST today, you will see a trillion total stablecoin market cap by the end of next week. Hell yeah. Crypto payments are now legal tender. President Donald Trump signed the Genius Act into law on July 18th, 2025. During a White House ceremony, the bill officially named the Guiding and Establishing National Innovation for U.S. Stablecoins Act, passed the House on July 17th, 2025, with a bipartisan vote of 308 to 122, and we had previously cleared the Senate on June 17th, 2025, with a 68 to 30 vote. It establishes the first federal regulatory framework for stablecoins in the United States, setting requirement for issuance, consumer protections, and oversight. Altcoins, yes, this really feels like 2017, but in a bigger time frame. It's coming. So in 2017, we had a little wedge, a little hump, a descending broadening wedge, and then a sideways accumulation upside thing. That last part's very cherry picky, but I'm not mad at it. I'm okay with a parabolic 2017 like spike to like 10 to 20 trillion total market cap. That would be sick. And last but not least, we got the White House posting Genius Act signed into law. The Genius Act creates a clear and simple regulatory framework to establish and unleash the immense promise of dollar-backed stablecoins. This could be perhaps the greatest revolution in financial technology since the birth of the internet itself. Let's freaking go. All right. Bitcoin's still trying to be a little bit green here. 117, 959, 25. Very interesting stuff. Some alts waking up as well. HBAR 1.39 in the green. XRP 1.14 in the green. Pinlink 1.21. What else do we got? Stellar 1.44. Doge 1.83. Interesting. And near 1.0. Bitcoin trying. All right, next we got portfolio update. We did not do a portfolio update yesterday. Our Memecoin portfolio is $119 in profit. SNEK still at the very bottom, but again, it is slowly grinding its way back up. Doge has officially entered profit, $4.17. Pepe is in profit, $74.01. And WIF is in profit, $104.79. Absolutely shredding. Next, we got the 1K to 10K Grok portfolio, officially also in profit, $11. Currently being held up by Proppy, Render, ADA, Sol, and Ondo, being dragged down by Fetch, Doge, Shib, Near, and Aptos. Timing is key with this one specifically. Literally top 5 coins in profit, bottom 5 not. It's close though, very close. Interesting. Then we got our narrative portfolio, the best performer so far, and my favorite because of that. It is $177.76 in profit. This portfolio is officially 100% in profit with every single coin. It is made up of one meme coin, one artificial intelligence coin, one real world asset coin, one decentralized physical infrastructure coin, and one gaming coin, and it is absolutely killing it. VeChain in profit, 8 cents. Decentraland in profit, $19.17. Fetches in profit, $29.31. Tao's in profit, $42.70. And Pepe's in profit, $86.59. Let's go check up on our perfect entry portfolio. We're going to wait on this one because we're trying to time entries here. I want to wait until Saturday, Sunday to see if we can get a lower price. Right now, we are in profit. Render is actually down 51 cents, but Link and Sui are both tremendously in profit. The entire portfolio is in profit, $41.15. Chainlink's up 19 bucks and Sui's up 22 bucks. This one's doing pretty good, actually. So Saturday, Sunday, we'll do another poll and add another coin to it. We want to end up with 10. We're going to take our time with picking the coins and picking the days that we pick the coins, so it's going to be a fun time. All right. Bitcoin, still very quiet, 117, 974, 72, making me think that maybe we are, I don't know. I don't want to say that we're going to get trapped, but it's really hard to tell. Bitcoin is lingering quite a bit, and some of these alts are in attack mode. I just don't want to see them fumble. Getting a little too spicy, a little too early, you know? I don't know what to do. Bitcoin, 117, 979, 98. Let's go refresh our liquidation heat map and see if the market maker has permitted us to trade in a larger little portion, a larger range yet. No, we got this upper 118, 113. Is that still the same? Yep. And then above that, 562 and then 11. Yep. And actually, it's just 119, 100 now. Let's do 119, 280. Okay. And then down below, 116, 768. Yep. And then the lower portion, 116, 230. Oops. Yep. Okay. So we are all set there. I'm at 18 now. Bitcoin is trying to be green. It is actually trying. Interesting. I'm not sure, man. This goes back to that question about the astrology chart. Does it have to pass midnight in order for it to be the 19th? Or because we had the daily close, does that count as the next day? Bitcoin's trying to be green right here, man. 118, 28, 86. Interesting. I think if they're gonna go for that liquidation point, they're right there. HBAR shredding. Can it get back above the lower trend or this? Yeah, 2642. Tyler said currently pooping. Are you getting paid to poop? That's the best time. Best time to poop. That's the only downfall about like working in construction or trades is usually in a porta potty. It's fun to get paid to poop, but when you're in a porta potty, it's never fun. It doesn't matter if they're paying you a substantial amount of money. Porta potties stink. Pun intended. Okay, here we go. 118, 28. Looks like some of the alts are starting to reject, maybe. I don't know what to make of this. ETH looks so good. 35.58. Volume's increasing substantially along with price. Look at how low the volume was right here. right before the pop. Right before the pop, everyone was giving up. This is it. Everyone was going done. They left, dude. Saeed Quadri said, "Hi, sir. What will the winner of contest get?" Okay, so for the daily close contest, which takes place at 7:50 p.m. EST every single day, and you're no longer allowed to guess after 7:55 p.m. EST. The closest without going over wins bragging rights. If you guess the first 6 digits of Bitcoin's daily close price on the dot, you win $15. If you nail all 8 digits, which includes the change, then you win $100. And it is on the Binance USDT chart. ETH 35.52.99. Mr. Roberts said, "Gonna run JJ. Peace out, y'all. Take it easy, Mr. Roberts. I'm probably getting ready to call it as well. I'm thinking we're gonna get that downturn from that astrology chart, man. Yep, that's exactly what's about to happen. Interesting stuff." Tyler said, "One last Discord. What not to do. Let's go take a look." Mr. Tyler, whoa. Oh no, it's that cross margin, man. What in the world? Do you want me to show this? I don't want to show this. I don't want to show this. This is awful. Mr. Tyler, guys, if you ever trade margin, take all the precautions, take profits, set stop loss, babysit the trade, lower your leverage like crazy. You should be single digits for sure. Definitely don't do cross margin though. I'm going to show it. Mr. Tyler, cross margin somehow has a trade down 100.03% on SWE. He was in a 10x long on SWE, which 10x on SWE blows my mind. That you got bigger balls than me, Tyler. Down $1,294.34. Oh, it says it's been liquidated. Damn. That sucks so bad. Rest in peace. Liquidation. Whew, that is spicy. It's that cross margin, man. You have to change it to isolated, I think. Not financial advice, but that cross margin seems like suicide. That's crazy. And SWE is so volatile. I would be such a weenie if I was trading SWE. If the times that I have traded SWE, I've gone like 4x is like too much. I'm like sitting there shaking in my boots with SWE on 4x. It scares the shit out of me, dude. Like, seriously. All right. Congratulations, that Pulse player, once again on your victory. Enjoy your garlic bread. That actually looks tremendously tasty. Let's see if Bitcoin can break a new all-time high this weekend, just for the hell of it, man. Tyler said, "I don't care, show it. People need to be aware." Exercise caution, ladies and gentlemen. If you are interested in trading with leverage, obviously not financial advice, and definitely just be careful, man. Be careful. But there are links in the description. I recommend Bitunix. Ourbit is also down there. It helps support the channel. If you are going to do that, again, do not play with more than you can afford to lose. Treat it like a gamble. Yeah, I don't know. I personally use incredibly low leverage, and I use less than 10% of my entire portfolio worth. And I don't know. That's just how I do it. Everyone's got their own risk tolerance, so do what you want to do. But if you're interested, it's there. You guys check out. Also, keep in mind it is a centralized exchange, so at any point, if they wanted to steal your money and just tell you to screw off, they probably could. I don't know how legal it would be, but you know, you're not gonna go find them in Singapore. Just keep that in mind as well, because look what happened with stuff like Voyager, and Celsius, and BlockFi, and even FTX. Those are huge, beautiful exchanges, and they rugged. Tyler said that $4,000 loss, so definitely like gambling. LOL. That's crazy, Tyler. I'm concerned. You gotta tone it down. You're freaking me out, man. I don't want to lose you. You're my number one daily close player, man. What's gonna happen if you get mad and leave? But also don't touch your spot wallets, leave them be. 1000%, definitely that. I will say the one thing that I've managed to be 100% consistent with is not spending my spot bags on anything. I don't pull them for anything whatsoever. I don't try to replenish any kind of trades or anything like that. I literally just throw money in it, and money does not come out. Now, in the past, I've definitely had to liquidate some stuff to pay for crap, but this was like years ago. Tyler said my spot wallet's fat. Let's go. That's what I like to hear. All right, guys. I have some bad news. I sucked up some water in my beautiful vacuum that I just bought like a year ago. It was such a nice vacuum, but I think I killed it. It's been soaking in rice for like a week. I fully dissected this vacuum to try and resurrect it. I didn't even think I sucked up that much water, but apparently I sucked up a whole freaking lake. So hopefully I fixed it. Otherwise I have to buy a new one. But my rant. I didn't get to do my rant. I was trying to get to the bank on time today because I closed at 6, and I left with so much spare time. Traffic was so backed up in this town just south of me because they're light. It's freeway, and then you get to this town. I'm gonna call it Ass Town. You get to Ass Town, and it's might as well be a blinking red light. It's just a regular old four-way, like we're in the middle of the desert, and there's 2 cars every single day. But there's not. There's lines of traffic that apparently take an hour to file down. I have no words. I've never felt, this is what I imagine the people on the Buttcoin Reddit feel towards Bitcoin. I've been thinking about Ass Town ever since, and how I can vandalize the town. I'm like, they're rent-free in my head right now because of their traffic light is so bad. I'm like, can I leave a review? Can I contact the state to complain? I'm like full Karen. I've reached a new level of Karen. Like my Georgia hating Karen is right here. Ass Town hating Karen is up here, man. Ass Town hating Karen would eat Georgia hating Karen for lunch. I cannot stand Ass Town. I'm gonna do everything in my power to absorb it. In the city where I live, I'm gonna run for public office, and then I'm gonna approach Ass Town and be like, your town blows. It stinks half the day. Your power goes out all the time, and your traffic light is programmed by brain dead individuals. Let me absorb you and fix you because you suck and you don't deserve to have your own name. That is how passionate I feel about that. That is my end of the stream rant. The movie recommendation of the day is Footloose because the song was on the radio when I left work, and it's a sick ass song. Love that song, and I thoroughly remember enjoying the crap out of the movie when I was a kid. So I'm gonna go watch that and see if I can fix my riced up vacuum. That's what I did, Tyler. I dissected the whole thing. I took the motor out. The motor is the part that got wet, that like the whole thing was like, oh, I don't want to work anymore. Says the guy who fixes electronics for a living half the time. And I put it in a bag of rice for like a week. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I fixed it. We will see. Only time will tell. But anyways, I appreciate you guys. As always, if Bitcoin starts to do anything crazy, I will hop back on. Otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow. Congratulations, That Pulse Player, once again on your victory. Ladies and gentlemen, don't panic, sell your crypto. Happy Friday, and good night.